got a little change, switch it up a little bit. You know, gotta switch up the intro. Gotta hit you off with a little vocal. You already know. Oh, y'all already read the title. Let me get let people join in. I'm gonna talk about a lot about boxing. Oh, I think a lot of people right now is facing self-quarantine disorder right now. So I know there's a lot of minds that's, it's all over the place right now, and these boxers are now chirping at each other. They're getting that butterfly. They're getting hungry again. And I think this is so good. What's good, boxing champ? What's good? I think it's so good that I'm not gonna say it's so good, but I'm saying I think it's a positive about this self-quarantine stuff, because I think it's getting boxers that probably wasn't that hungry again. They see when they take something away from you, you actually you actually appreciate what you had before, right? So these fighters right now are self-quarantined. They in the gym. They can't spar nobody. They like, I gotta get out. And now they looking at the possibility of what they could do when things are back and ready. You understand what I'm saying? I believe they ducking because they're not going to generate that type of money, though. I point down. Now, first and foremost, I was gonna let people just chime in about, I got things to do. I got a family to take care of, so I just can't wait for people to come. You gotta stay ready. First and foremost, when I said ducking, I'm one of those guys. I said it a lot in my channel. I don't like the word ducking. I don't like the word avoiding and things of that nature, because I believe that fighters fight. The people that actually ducks are the managers, promoters. Because Pac-Man's still around. That's why the legend is still active. Victor, the takeover. I believe in the takeover. I think there's going to be a takeover. I think the takeover is going to come through fruition. I believe in that. Hey, bro, are you on any other platform? What up, Nate? I am. I'm not very active in the other platforms, to be honest with you. I was very active in Twitter, but they terminated my account, like 3 of them back to back. So I'm like, what the hell with it? I had like a couple G's followers, had to start all over, then grew to 500. They dead me right away, and I got a Twitter account right now, Mr. Moonshine. I can't even say Punch Run Boxing, because every time I put it, they terminate my account. And what's good, Black? What's good, Black and Brown? I'm doing good. So with the Twitter thing, so I got Mr. Moonshine. You can check it out. I only got like 15 followers, and I try to put some tweets here and there, but it's not the same how it was before. I started out good in Twitter, rather than in YouTube. YouTube came later on. I was a heavy Twitter dude. Black. I had a Twitter account, but they terminated my channels and my accounts, like 3 accounts back to back. So right now I started all over last month, but it's not the same. But I still tweet here and there. I still tweet about boxing, Mr. Moonshine. But I just can't put Punch Run Boxing. Every time I do an account like that, they shut me down. I don't know why. I probably said something to Bernie Sanders or something like that. I don't know. That's why they want to keep political. I don't even want to talk political on YouTube. I think they'll shut me down on YouTube. They terminated because I said, this is how bugged down Twitter is. They terminated me because I said I tweeted at Bernie Sanders. I said, "You don't stand a chance in a debate. You should chill out." I said something about you should chill. Remember, Bernie Sanders had a heart attack. I'm saying you should chill out. You should chill out. You're not gonna win a debate, and you probably gonna catch a heart attack during the debate with Donald Trump anyway. And they terminated me for that. Just because of that, they terminated me. No curses, no nothing. Y'all know I barely curse. I don't even curse like that. They terminated me because of that. So I said, yo, damn, liberals got me. Like, really, you can't say nothing to nobody. That's why they terminated my page. And I got the proof, and I was sending emails and stuff like that just because of that. They terminated me. They took me out. Oh yeah, they hate them. So they terminated. They suspended my Facebook account also, and they told me I had to erase 71 messages, 71 posts that was actually political. So I'm like, yo, I can't even talk political. That's why I don't like talking political on YouTube, really, because I think they'll shut me down. They on to me, I guess. I probably said something that actually hurt. I mean, they try to block me the way Devin and Haney try to block me. Yeah, that's what they try to do to me. So yeah, if you don't got that, if you're not promoting that liberal ideology, they don't like you. You know, it's liberal platform, so you got to play with liberal games, you know? It's all about the oppressing of the voice, and they ain't oppressing our voices, right? Whether whatever you believe in, there's a free country, we shouldn't be oppressed, but it is what it is. I got Instagram too, but I barely post things on Instagram. Punch Unboxing on Instagram. I barely post anything there really, so, but I do dabble. I'll put some stories up here and there. So, like, I'm not one of those guys that usually like using the duck word, the avoid word, because like I said, I believe that manager advisors, those guys are usually the one that ducks. Good looking out on the sweater, my brother. Good looking out. Those are the guys that usually duck. Not the fighters. Fighters fight. Fighters, that's what they've been doing since they was young. So no, I don't believe that Errol Spence is afraid of Thurman. I believe that no fighter is afraid like that. The only fighter that I could say was afraid was Andrew Gotti, whatever, with the one that do that for Mike Tyson, and he want to leave the ring. I think he was actually like scared. I think that's the only boxer that I actually think that it was scared. But I don't believe that no fighter is really scared. I just see the contradiction with Errol Spence. Why I bring that up is because really there's a mass people feel and they have the same talking point that Keith Thurman dubbed Errol Spence, right? That's been a talking point for a long time in the sport of boxing, right? We all agree on that. That's been the talking point for a lot of channels, for a lot of people in the sport of boxing. So with this title, I want to see if people actually contradict themselves. Now, there's a lot of people, yo, trust me, I've been in the comment boxes, I've been debating, dialogue, arguing with people about this for years, right? And a lot of people usually come up with, Errol Spence was calling out Keith Thurman since day one. He was calling him out since 2015. Who's Errol Spence in 2015? I mean, Keith Thurman was an interim champion, right? And this is where a lot of people contradict themselves. Is now they say, I posed a question yesterday, and they said, and a lot of people was like, but Keith Thurman lost his chance. You know, he's not a belt no more. He don't got a belt. So why would Errol Spence fight him? He don't got nothing to offer him. Bang! Boo! Oh, all right. Now you know why Keith Thurman ain't fight Errol Spence since 2015, because Errol Spence had nothing to offer. Don't keep one time Thurman. Duh! Boom. Contradiction. Point made. He ain't getting paid. Exactly. I mean, that's yo, Don. That's like common sense. That's boxing. That's just common sense. And this is what I mean is, you know what it is that a lot of people, they don't keep it real. A lot of people really do not follow boxing from day to day, weeks to weeks, months to months, are really fans of boxing. There is like, for real, like 85% are casuals and the other percent are hardcore boxing fans. So the casuals, they take over. So if a fighter goes, yo, for example, I'll bring out any fighter just from the blue. Let's say Little B Hop goes, Chris Copeland, he goes, yo, Shakur Stevenson is ducking me. Boom! If you're casual, be like, yo, you heard about Shakur Stevenson? He's ducking Little B Hop. That's it. And they go by, they run whatever the boxers say. Call-outs are not official. Call-outs are just clouts. You will never get a fight just by calling somebody out. And then they'll be like, yeah, all right, let's fight. And they're going to fight like if this was like school. Like, yo, my man, you going to fight me at 3 o'clock. Yeah. And then they fight at 3 o'clock. This ain't the way it is, brothers and sisters. Because if a man calls somebody out, no, that's just for the fans. That's just for the fans to start it's like a build-up. The call out is like the start of a build-up. That's all. They know they're not gonna fight each other. And I said I'm gonna do a live show and I'm gonna break it down for the last time. I'm gonna break this down. And I hope it's not a lot of people tuning in, but I was hoping for a lot of Errol Spence fans that disagree with me will tune in so I could break things down details. But for my people that's tuning in, so y'all could go out there and when you have that talking point and have those conversations about Thurman not ducking Errol Spence, this is the way, and I'm going to detail it the way it is. Gotta get water ready so they can understand. Everybody running from Spence. Spence is number 1 in division, Crawford ducking. Okay, Chad. Okay, this is the type of people I want to school. If you're humble enough to listen, if you're not humble enough to listen, and you just want to go through your perspective that say I believe whatever I believe, yeah, that's it. Errol Spence, he's the man, and everybody's ducking Errol Spence. Okay, let's go. They say 2015, Errol Spence was ducking Keith Von Thurman was ducking Errol Spence 2015. Boom. What you talking about? Bam. Was Errol Spence. He had one 12-round bout. Was really nobody. In 2015, Errol Spence was not even the top 10 or top 15 in a lot of rankings in the welterweight division, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. In 2015, when he was calling, and let's make this clear, Errol Spence really didn't want to call out no Keith Von Thurman. Keith Von Thurman was calling out Floyd Mayweather, and when Floyd Mayweather was chilling with Errol Spence, at that time, when Floyd Mayweather wanted to sign Errol Spence, he was saying to Keith Thurman, if you want to fight me, how about you fight him, and then you could fight me. That's what started it all. So a lot of Errol Spence fans, it's like he inherited a lot of Floyd Mayweather fans because he was together with Errol Spence. Floyd Mayweather was pumping Errol Spence because he was trying to sign him. Floyd Mayweather was trying to sign Errol Spence and Michael Garcia. As soon as he couldn't get those contracts and get him into the Mayweather promotions, Floyd Mayweather stopped talking about Errol Spence and stopped talking about Michael Garcia. If everybody noticed that. If you know boxing and you follow boxing time and time again, Floyd Mayweather was pumping Errol Spence because he was trying to sign him. Errol Spence decided, no, I don't really need to sign with you. I'm good with just Al Heyman and being my own promotional company. Boom. So then after that, Floyd Mayweather started pumping Bud Crawford because he knew that his contract was about to expire. And then Floyd Mayweather started saying that he's the number 1 pound for pound doing the sport of boxing, gassing his head up. I'm not saying that it's not justifiable, but that's how Floyd Mayweather works. Anyway, Floyd didn't want any smoke from Errol. Shut your mouth. Floyd and Thurman duck. Okay, I see this guy's just he don't know about boxing. I already know. I already could see. Yeah, Chad, this guy don't know nothing about no boxing. I already see. So, boom, then. So let's fast forward. Keith Thurman has got a fight with Sean Porter. Remember, Keith Thurman was one fight away from fighting Floyd Mayweather. If you look at it, I said it again. I said it a lot of times. After the fight with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, the guys was talking. Roy Jones Jr. What's his name? Jim Lampley. Who's the guy that's gonna fight Floyd Mayweather? Boom. They was talking about only two guys, Kell Brook, and they was talking about Keith one-time Thurman, because those guys was the top of the welterweight chain. Nobody was talking about Errol Spence. Errol Spence, ain't nobody looking down to Errol Spence. These guys are only talking about champions. Go look like 3 years ago, and look at a lot of channels. Nobody was talking about no Errol Spence, all right? Nobody was talking about Errol Spence like that. Remember, Errol Spence come from the class of 2012. These guys come from the class of 08. I'm talking about the Buck Crawfords of the world, Daniel Garcia, Sean Porter, the Charlo brothers. These guys come from the same class. So Keith Thurman his mind is never in Errol Spence. His mind is not in the Errol Spence. That's like if Virgil Ortiz right now start calling out Errol Spence and Errol Spence is like brushing him off, then you're going to say that, oh, Errol Spence is stuck in Virgil Ortiz. No, he's just not. He got nothing to offer. He's not looking at Virgil Ortiz. People got to understand that. People got to understand, if they follow boxing and understand the journey, then they understand what's going on in the sport of boxing. Oh, chat. I'm back. Get back at work. Anyway, so boom. So you got to understand, Keith Thurman's eyes was searching, was on the verge of getting Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. He was even calling Amir Khan, Kell Brook, Sean Porter. Those are the guys. Remember at that time, even Daniel Garcia was still 140 pounds, right? Boom. Let's fast forward. Daniel Garcia comes up, gets the WBC. Keith Thurman unified. Now, remember, at that time, when Keith Thurman unified with Daniel Garcia, Errol Spence is in a contract. He's about to fight Kell Brook. Errol Spence got no title. He got no chip. He got nothing. The last fight prior to that was beating Bundu, right? So, there's no way that Keith Thurman is ducking him. And let me add you this. If you want a fighter, and remember when I talk about Buck Crawford, if y'all follow the channel, you already know, subscribe, hit the notification button, and press the like button on this live show. If y'all know, I always said this. Your business decision speaks louder than words, right? Your business decision speaks louder than words. A lot of people are so focused in call outs, right? What up, Guido? What up, my brother? Your business decision speaks louder than words. If Errol Spence really wanted Keith one-time Thurman, he would have been ranking and paying sanctioning fees to WBA and WBC where Keith Thurman was in that route. If Errol Spence wanted Keith one-time Thurman, he would have gone into the WBA route or the WBC route. Keith Thurman stay in the IBF route. Remember, business decisions speak louder than words, okay? So, call-outs is just clout. I can't believe Earl was almost 200 pounds after the Porter fight. Yeah, man. He had something. So, only person I think Spence handling his business is Cobra. Oh, Lord, I'm a tough black Jesus. So, let's move along, right? So, boom, Keith Thurman beats Daniel Garcia, unified champion, and then a month later, he has surgery on his elbow. That's in March, he beat Daniel Garcia. He's injured, doing surgery around April, May. Late May comes, Errol Spence beats Kell Brook. Boom. He becomes a champion. Now he's in position for the first time to actually call out people, and the call outs become legitimacy. And now it's, yo, now you want to unify. I'm in position to get those fights now. Now I'm in position to get those fights. But guess what? Keith Thurman, surgery, he's on the shelf. So it's like me hitting somebody when they're down. Why I'm gonna call somebody that I know he ain't gonna be here no time soon? There's the clout. Now people are believing this message of Errol Spence. Oh man, this guy's ducking me. The dude has elbow surgery. He's in the shelf. He's not gonna fight. But people are believing, oh, these guys don't want to fight me. These guys don't want to fight me. Now everybody believing the bullshit. Everybody believing the bullshit, right? But if you're a real boxing fan, you understand, yo, how the hell is he gonna fight him if he's injured, got surgery? That's like right now, we all know that Errol Spence suffered, you know, what happened with the car crash, and you like, yo, I want to fight Errol Spence right now. I want to fight Errol Spence right now. He's ducking me right now. Knowing that he been through something, you're gonna call him out. He's still got to rehab, and maybe and he said himself he's gonna be back in around August or September, right? I just want y'all to, you know, follow me in this, right? Spence is the call out king. Everybody calls out everybody. Everybody calls out everybody. That doesn't mean they know they're gonna get the chance. They know they're not gonna get the fight. They're just calling out for the fans. They're just calling it for clout. And everybody does it. Everybody does it. But when they do, there's a massive fan that actually believes on the Doug and stuff like that. So boom, I'm gonna break it down. First avoid was Errol Spence. Remember, Golden Boy Promotions. Miguel Cotto wanted a good fight for his finale before he retires. Guess who they wanted? Errol Spence. 2-fight deal. The same type of deal that they're trying to get Mikey Garcia at the same time. Right? Follow me, y'all. Follow me, my brothers and sisters, so y'all can really understand the sport of boxing and learn. If y'all humble yourself, remember, we all fans here. We all fans. We all educating one another. I'm not downplaying nobody here. I'm not downplaying your mind or your intelligence or anything like that. But there is people that follow boxing more thoroughly than others. And I probably could be one of those guys that could catch you up on things or clarify certain situations for you. So, we all humble here, right? I hope so. Errol needs to fight them. We can't. Careful. Exactly, Lewis. I'm going to get to that, Lewis. I'm going to get to that point right there where you said he has been moved careful. Watch where I go with this, Lou. So, 2-fight deal. Remember, $3 million, $1.5 million per fight. 2 fights they were trying to give Errol Spence, Golden Boy Promotions. Remember, fight Miguel Cotto, and then another fight, and then if you want to sign back or whatever, you free. Remember, when you hear the word 1.5, 1 point whatever millions, remember they're getting way more money, which they throw out there. They're just throwing that type of money for the percentage of the commission. Remember, if you hear they're getting 1.5 million, trust me, they're getting like 5, 6, 7 million under the table. So don't get that. It's just a break so y'all can understand certain things. All right. So boom, 1.5 million to fight Cotto, and then 1.5 million to fight your next fight, and then boom, you're free. We just want you to sign with Golden Boy Promotions for another fight. Fight Miguel Cotto, and we want you to sign a promotional company the same way they was trying to sign Mikey Garcia for 2-fight deal. People were saying, no, he shouldn't fight. That's like slaving it. You're going to go to Boy Promotions. No, that's good. Then he's going, who is he going to fight? Blah, blah. If Keith Thurman was injured around that time, that means that Keith Thurman wasn't going to have that big fight. That was his biggest fight at that time, right? Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence was the biggest fight in PBC at that time. If Thurman was healthy. So Errol Spence says no, and then he gets a 1.2 million deal. Remember, the IBF gave him a voluntary bout. a voluntary bout. Only if you accept to get this voluntary bout, you will automatically have to face your immediate mandatory, an immediate mandatory of the IBF. Either you face your mandatory now, or we'll give you a voluntary defense, but it don't matter. You're gonna have to fight your mandatory right after. Boom. So here goes with the clout of call-outs. Errol Spence is calling out people around that time, knowing he's not gonna get the fight. He's just hyping you up, and a lot of people is being fooled by it. So boom, who did he choose? His friend Lamont Peterson. That's his voluntary defense, right? So he avoided the Cotto fight, which really he could have been a two-time division world champion. You already know Saddam Ali beat Miguel Cotto. And I was like, yo, my man, he could make 154. He actually started 154. He had a couple of 154 fights, Errol Spence. He could fight Miguel Cotto, and he has a chance to fight a legend. And also, he has a chance to become a two-division world champion, which in negotiation, he'll have more in accomplishment than these guys in the welterweight division, correct? I was looking out for Errol Spence, the truth, like the way I was doing for Devin Haney, but a lot of people was calling me hated, but they're not seeing what I'm actually seeing, right? But I've been calling out EJ since the 10th was written. It's funny. Why would he avoid Cotto? We don't know why he avoid Cotto. I already told you why he avoid Cotto, because he felt like he was going to be in a contract with Golden Boy Promotions. It was only a 2-fight deal. Stone, I'm glad you're here. Boom. So he fights Lamont Peterson as a voluntary defense, knowing he's going to have to fight an immediate mandatory. So boom, he beats Lamont Peterson. He calls out these other guys again. For no reason, because he's gonna have to face his immediate mandatory. Now, this is how his career is moved to pieces. Remember, guys, Al Heyman is their advisor and a manager. I say it again, like I said in one of my videos. Do you understand what a manager and an advisor is? These guys get paid, so they move your career. They in charge of your career. You're not going to pay somebody and not do nothing. So Al Heyman is the advisor and managers. There are certain boxes that have Al Heyman as just an advisor. There's other people that just have him as a manager. Guys like Errol Spence and guys like Keith Thurman has Al Heyman as advisor and manager. See, Manny Pacquiao has a manager on the side. He got Al Heyman as an advisor. Daniel Jacobs got Al Heyman as an advisor. You understand what I'm saying? But Keith Thurman and Errol Spence has him as a manager and advisor. Meaning, just like I said it to you, right? Yes, yesterday, Stone Love. If you go to a restaurant, correct, and you don't like the service, you don't like the food, who do you go? Excuse me, I want to speak to the manager, please. Exactly. But we never get answers from the manager. So it leaves us in ambiguity and trying to figure things out. But if you know the sport of boxing and you are real hardcore fans that follow this from day in, day out, you will understand what I'm trying to say. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen, so I can keep on going. So he beats Peterson. He fights Carlos Ocampo. Now, why did he fight Carlos Ocampo, ladies and gentlemen? And this is the way they move. This is the political game they move. Ugas was supposed to be the one that Errol Spence was supposed to fight. But they gave Errol Spence an easy touch on his homecoming in Dallas to make it look good and things of that nature. Why I say that? This is when you got to follow boxing, y'all. And this is when you know that Al Heyman is the one that moved the pieces. The fighters don't duck, but it's just Al Heyman that got these plans and got these investors, and he tells you, this is the fight you're going to fight right now. This is the right time. Ugas beat Ray Robinson to become a mandatory in the IBF. Ugas beat 2 mandatories to get in that position. He was the mandatory to Errol Spence. You know what Al Heyman said behind closed door? Hey, Papi, Uga, hold on. Yeah. I know what you're doing in the amateurs. You're very, very good, and you're going to give him a tough fight. You know, Al Heyman is speaking him so Ugas to understand him. So Guido, Al Heyman is a mastermind for them. Exactly, for them. But for the fans, we like, oh, come on, Al. So, boom, he tells Ugas, look, we have a situation. Errol Spence is going to fight in Dallas. Homecoming. He got to look special. You might give him a hard fight. We already know that. We already know that Ugas and the amateurs beat Buck Crawford. So Ugas is no joke. Look at I think he even beat Porter in my estimation. He's a tough fight. How about I promise you this? I'll promise you a fight, a championship bout, if you move to the WBC ranking, move to the WBC and WBA route. I'm gonna get you a fight in the WBC. Boom, they move Al Heyman. I mean, they move, my fault, they move Ugas, they slip in Carlos Ocampo. Remember that? Okay. Now, Errol Spence. Exactly. Listen, I'm not from an era where Ray Robinson fought Duran fought Hearns, all of this new political stuff is messing up boxing. Stone, love, and I'm gonna get to that point later on. Stay tuned, because that right there, I even tweeted this about that we are actually living in the golden era, but people are not appreciating this era, and I'm gonna tell you how. But let me just keep going with that. I'm gonna touch base on that. Remind me if I lose track. So, Errol Spence beats Carlos Ocampo, right? Calling everybody out. Around that time, guess who wins the WBO title? Buck Crawford becomes champion. Now, Buck Crawford been calling out everybody. He's been calling out Keith one-time Thurman ever since after he beat Felix Diaz, right? In 140 pounds, right? So, remember, this guy's on the shelf. Keith Thurman tries to come back, saying he was going to be back in September. Boom, he bruised his hand in training. He's back on the shelf, right? So they do this conference. Remember the BBC conference, right? All right, everybody's there. Keith Thurman is going to be back. Everybody's going to be back. But yet, IBF gives Errol Spence another voluntary defense. Meaning, when they give you a voluntary defense, this is your time to cherry pick. The same way he cherry picked Lamont Peterson, or they cherry picked for him. He rather have fought Lamont Peterson than Miguel Cotto. I personally would have fought Miguel Cotto than Lamont Peterson. I would have fought a legend and become a 2-division world champion. I would rather fight Lamont Peterson. And this is what I'm saying about he probably should have signed a deal with Golden Boy for 2 fights, because we already knew that he was going to get a voluntary defense, which at that point, his voluntary defense could have been Lucas Maitise. He could have fought Lucas Maitise, and then he could have moved over and fight his fight. He fought Cotto, and then he was going to fight his mandatory in the IBF. And then it's still 2 fights, and then after the 2 fights, after the Carlos Ocampo or the Ugas or whatever, then you out the Golden Boy contract. You was already going to fight 2 fights, and you already got locked up in 2 fights anyway. Might as well fight Miguel Cotto. But maybe that was too tough for Errol Spence, so I'll go for the guy that came from 140 pounds, Lamont Peterson, and probably that'd be easier for me, because we all know Lamont Peterson is over the hill, and he got no more power. He got pillow hands in the welterweight division. So, everybody's back. Everybody is ready. Errol Spence voluntary defense, and he signs a contract with Mikey Garcia, right? Mikey Garcia, pay-per-view. He ain't choose Buck Crawford. He ain't choose nobody but Mikey Garcia. Now, around this time, already Errol's he got the 2 belts. He hasn't vacated the belts yet. Thurman. He vacates the belt. These guys gonna fight Denzel Garcia and Sean Porter. Then after that, you already know that Keith Thurman comes back. He fights Josecito Lopez. They already had the fight with Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence in contract. He beats Mikey. Keith Thurman beats Josecito Lopez first. Sean Porter beats Ugas, right? And now is the time where decision has to be made. Now there's nobody standing in the way of Keith Thurman, and nobody standing in the way of Errol Spence. Now it's time for Keith Thurman to make the decision. What does he say? And even got me like, oh, come on, Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman said that he's not going to fight no elite fighters for the whole 2020. This is the get back year, right? This is the get back year, right? That's what he said. So I was like, come on, Keith. Damn, we've been waiting for a long time. You need this fight now. I want to see this fight now. Manny Pacquiao's contract falls in his lap. Now, just like everybody in the welterweight, Keith Thurman couldn't resist a Manny Pacquiao contract. If Errol Spence would have got that on the table, just like Errol Spence after his fight with Mikey, and who was there? Manny Pacquiao. He said, I want to fight Manny Pacquiao next. Everybody in their mama going to fight Manny Pacquiao. If the contract sits in their lap, remember, they was all begging for the Manny Pacquiao. Remember, you remember that month where Errol Spence wanted Manny Pacquiao had his interview. Sean Porter said, I feel like I should get the Manny Pacquiao fight. Dennis Garcia, I feel like I should get the Manny Pacquiao fight. Boom, Keith Thurman got it. Now, if you want to call Keith Thurman choosing Manny Pacquiao, not choosing Errol Spence a duck, you could do that. But my man, anybody would have chose Manny Pacquiao. They're fighting Errol Spence at that time. Anybody, even Errol Spence, will fight Manny Pacquiao and not fight Keith Thurman. Let's keep it real. Now, boom, Keith Thurman loses. That's the only time you could say if Keith Thurman ducked Errol Spence. But look at the options, and I would choose to fight Manny Pacquiao pay-per-view as well. So no, I won't call that a duck. Keith Thurman never ducked this guy. Never had nobody never ducked anybody really. But I'm gonna tell you like this: if there's any career in the welterweight division right now that's been moved easier, has been Errol Spence compared to Keith Thurman's resume, compared to Danny Garcia's resume, compared to Sean Porter's resume. Which career has been moved kind of smooth? You name me one of the fighters that Keith Thurman fought that was 135 pounds. And for the fellas out there that says, Mikey Garcia wasn't 135 pounds. He was 140. Who did Mikey Garcia fight before fighting Errol Spence? Talk to me. Robert Easter Jr., right? 135 or 140? Google. Okay, I rest my case with the Keith Thurman notion of ducking. But let's move to Errol Spence. And this goes for the Errol Spence fans because they're the one that has the talking point of Thurman ducking. Now, if Thurman is the ducker because you feel like he has been avoiding, Errol Spence has claimed that he is his own boss. He told that to Bud Crawford's face. Remember, he's his own boss. So why would you even say Al Heyman got me fighting this person, and this person? No. You your own boss. You tell Al Heyman what to do. Right? You your boss. Right? The boss and the manager. The boss is the boss. Thurman lost 1 out of 3 plus. Stop it. Thurman has fought 3 tough fighters. Spence has fought 2. What? That's what I mean. You're too recent, Stone Love. You think a Diego Chavez at that time when he fought him was an easy fight? Diego Chavez was the knockout artist. Maybe you wasn't following boxing in 2013, my brother. Diego Chavez was coming up just like Keith Thurman, knocking everybody up. Golden Boy Promotions put that fight. Actually, maybe thinking that Diego Chavez was going to be their next international star. Keith Thurman knocked down Diego Chavez. That's the hard fight. And I'm talking about hard fights. I'm talking about who beat Paul Williams. Carlos Quintana, right? Who has faced more world champions, Keith Thurman or Errol Spence? Come on, Stone Love. Come on, baby. Come on. I do this, man. Especially when it comes to this welterweight division. I'm giving you facts, no feelings. How many undefeated fighters have Errol Spence beat? And how many undefeated fighters have this guy fought? Stone Love. Diego Chavez. Yes, you're laughing now because it's 2020. But this is what I mean. You have to go by stages. That's why I said at the beginning, you got to go day by day. You got to go through the people's journey. Yes, now Diego Chavez is funny to you now, 2020. But but tell me, in 2013, where was Errol Spence? Where was Errol Spence in 2014? Where was Errol Spence in 2015? Exactly. You too slow on typing. Julio Diaz got a draw with Porter got a decision. Exactly. Thank you, Lewis. You know your damn boxing. That's why I love people that know their damn boxing. Preach on. Julio Diaz. And what did Keith Thurman do to Julio Diaz? Retired him. Broke his ribs. What he did to Carlos Quintana? Retired him. Broke his ribs. What Keith Thurman did to Luis Collazo? Retired him for almost 2 years. That's what Keith Thurman does. Put up a good fight in the first half versus Thurman. Yeah, and that was a great fight. People need to go because that's 2000. People got to remember that's 2013. Two undefeated young fighters going at each other. When they had Gomez being the matchmaker and Golden Boy Promotions. Remember, Oscar de la Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions like to test fighters. They was working with Oscars. That's why you got that. Look, that's why you had Danny Swift Garcia getting the titles he was getting. That's what you saw. Adrian Broner, 3 division world titleists when he was under Golden Boy Promotions. When Keith Thurman was working with because he was never under Golden Boy Promotion, but he was working with Golden Boy Promotion and they was doing the matchmaking. They was matching him with good veteran fighters that would develop him. Not fighters that tailor made for him to win. Not matching him with guys way younger than him. I mean, way lighter than him. Listen, no. I go by Thurman's fighting Spence. I go by Spence fighting Crawford. I go by Crawford fighting Porter, and so on. And these guys fighting B-level fighters means what? No. Stone Love, no. The thing is that you're looking at it. You're looking at things. I understand what you're saying, but you're only looking at things now because it's 2020. Remember, you're saying Thurman and Porter and Spence. Yeah, but there was a time when it wasn't a Bud Crawford. There was a time when it wasn't a Bud Crawford because Bud Crawford wasn't 140 pounds, my brother. So he wasn't. Remember, Bud Crawford got a chip in 2018. Errol Spence 2017. You understand what I'm saying? Before there was the young dude when Floyd Mayweather retired after the Berto fight. It was Porter, Kell Brook, Keith Thurman. Errol Spence was on the come up on the scene. He was getting in the scene. You got to understand that. The problem is this, is that a person are we talking about today's welterweights or not? I'm confused. We're talking about the landscape of how things come to fruition, brother. Because if we just going to talk about today, the thing is, you're not understanding today because you don't understand yesterday. You got to understand yesterday so you can understand today. That's my point. My point is, Keith Thurman was a champion. Danny Swift Garcia was a champion before Errol Spence. Sean Porter was a champion before Errol Spence. Kell Brook was a champion before Errol Spence. These guys was the top welterweights other than Floyd Mayweather. Other than Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Porter fought Kell Brook. Porter for Keith Thurman. Porter for Danny Swift Garcia. Thurman for Danny Swift Garcia. Thurman for Sean Porter. Porter, Kell Brook. I said Kell Brook. Spence for Kell Brook. Spence for Porter. In reality, my brother, they all fighting each other already. But if you don't respect the other fighters, you're not going to see them. Now you're going to see, oh, but it's Bud, Thurman, Spence. No, at a time, it was on. They're already fighting one another. It's the tournament has already begun. The Hearns and the Hearns, the Hagler, the Durang, and stuff like that. They all was fighting. The Benitez, it's 5 of them, right? Name me your top 5 welterweights right now. Minus Manny Pacquiao. Let's take Manny Pacquiao because he got cemented legacy. Let's talk about this era, right? This era of fighters. Let's talk about them. Who's your top 5? Who's your top welterweights right now? Crawford, Thurman, Porters, Ugas. Crawford, Spence, Porter, Danny, Stone Love. Look what you just said right now. Porter, Spence, Porter, Danny, and Thurman. Has Porter, Danny, and Thurman all fought each other? Has Spence fought Porter? Now go look at your first comment when you said Hagler, Durang, and all of them. They all fight each other? Did they all fight each other at the same time? No. No. Durang is 6 years older than I believe he's 6 years older than Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray fought Durang at the age of 24. Durang was 30. Then he fought Hearns 81, right? Hagler later on. They all have fights in between. It wasn't a back-to-back-to-back. They put this notion like the golden era that Durang fought Ray Robinson, and Ray Robinson then fought Durang. They fought a back-to-back fight. Then Ray Robinson fought Hearns, and Hagler was fighting Durang, and all at the same time. That's the way that people imagining things like, yo, I love the golden era because they fought each other. No. They took whack fights. They took. Look at their resume. It's right there. That's why a lot of people, they like to talk, but they don't really examine what they're talking about. These guys had fights. Hearns between those fights was fighting a guy that lost 13 times. These guys were fighting back to back to back. Oh, and top welter is Terence Crawford. Now, out of all of them, now peep this so people can understand. Now, out of all those guys, Crawford, Spence, Porter, Danny Swift Garcia, Keith Thurman, who was the last one to show up to the welterweight division? Who was the last one of those to show up in the welterweight division? What I'm saying is Crawford needs to fight somebody. Thurman needs to redeem himself. Porter needs to win a close fight. Spence needs to build on his resume. What I'm trying to say, they all trying to build on their resume. They all proven themselves in this era. But if we gonna keep on discrediting them by mentioning the golden era, hold on, give me a second. What am I? Yeah, man, gotta put these kids in bed, son. I'm almost gonna be out too. But let me finish up. I got like 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. He needs me to put him to sleep. So Spence has Thurman WBC that he let go. That's the way I see it. Black two shit. Queen Berries. 80s era guys will mop the floor with fighters today. Why would you say that? That's the perception, but why would the 80 guys mop the floor with the fighters today? What do you see in those guys that you don't see in these guys? I think we live in a moment where how about you know what we should do tonight? Separate, and maybe I don't want to do. Maybe I got the time. Watch all the fights. Watch the Benitez versus Sugar Ray, Benitez, Hearns, Duran. Watch all those fights tonight. Really watch the whole fight. Because I don't think people from yesterday is going to just mop the floor with the people today. Why you say that? "80 guys are different boxing as sports evolve." Yeah. I'm not saying when this coronavirus ends, we got to pick up where we left off. Spence and Porter are struggling to make way. Exactly. Spence and Porter struggling to make way. You know why? And Thurman as well. He's walking around 180 plus. Like I said in one of my videos, these guys should move up. They been welterweight for too long already. They're in their 30s. They started 20. I mean, Thurman became he's been a pro for 12 years. 147 pounds is too long. These guys already got grown out of it. I think they just want to keep them 8-ounce gloves on, but that's it. They grown out of it because they could all still fight 154. Duran, Hearns, and Hagler, they some of them fought to each other when it was lightweight, and then they end up fighting in the middleweight. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what people also forget as well, that they didn't fight all the time in the welterweight division. They went to the middleweight division. Yeah, it was a fun fight to watch. Has anyone of the top welterweights today, has quit like Duran? So we already know there's some quit in some boxers in the 80s. And I love Roberto Duran. But have you seen anybody quit? Did Thurman quit when his ribs got barbecued by Manny Pacquiao? No. Did Errol Spence or Porter quit when they was beating each other's heads off? No. Salvador Sanchez versus Wilfredo Gomez. Great. That was a great fight. I think if we give the respect of this era, it's up for grabs still. Errol Spence could be unified champion right now. But at the end of the day, he hasn't done more than Keith von Tom Thurman. He's done just like what Keith. I think their career is now almost the same. But of course, he's lost Keith von Tom Thurman, so this guy's still undefeated. But he hasn't done more than Keith von Tom Thurman. Errol Spence, Bud Crawford hasn't done more than Keith Thurman and Errol Spence in the welterweight division. Bud Crawford hasn't done more than Sean Porter in the welterweight division. I think that Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence. I think that Daniel Garcia and Bud Crawford will be a hell of a fight. I believe Ugas versus Spence will be a hell of a fight. I think Thurman versus Spence will be a hell of a fight. I think all the fights will be a hell of a fight. And people shouldn't get bummed out if one guy loses, because it's all the best fighting the best. This is the golden era right now. That's why all the fights that we seen was very, very close. Ugas versus Porter, close. Thurman versus Porter, close. Spence versus Porter, close. Daniel Garcia versus Porter, close. Thurman versus Daniel Garcia versus Thurman, they say it was a split decision. It wasn't that close, but it was close on the books. All these fights are close. We're living in the golden era right now. And when Bud starts getting in the mix, because Bud was the last one to show up in the welterweight division, he's going to get his fight. You're going to see. We're living in the golden era right now, y'all. Spence and Crawford hold the chips. No, not yet, man. They don't hold nothing yet, brother. They don't hold nothing yet. Crawford lost to Daniel Garcia and Ugas in the amateurs. I'm going to tell you, Crawford is not invincible. Don't believe the hype. I love Crawford. I believe Crawford and Thurman is the ultimate chess match because of their styles. I'm not saying they much better than the next man. But Crawford could lose to a Ugas. Don't be surprised. And people will actually be surprised if Ugas beat Crawford. Will people be surprised if Daniel Garcia beats Crawford in 147 pounds? Think about it. Will people actually be surprised? Will people be surprised if Daniel Garcia beats Errol Spence? I mean, what has Errol Spence done in the elite level that people won't be like, oh my God, he's invincible, he's untouchable? Hell no, Errol Spence will beat anybody. None of them has done anything in the welterweight division to get that type of invincibility. Oh, you're speaking about the belts. Okay. Yeah. If you're talking about belts itself, all right, cool. But think about it. Even when Keith Thurman had 2 belts, you go to ESPN, what they were saying, Bud Crawford and Errol Spence. They ain't never give a damn about no belts. Well, Thurman already said he don't want Crawford's belt. See, think about this. When Keith Thurman speaks, and this is what it is. This is what I don't like about Keith one-time Thurman. That Keith one-time Thurman does Al Heyman's dirty work. Meaning, talking like he's the promoter. Talking like he's the guy that make the decision. So now the fans look at Keith one-time Thurman and saying, oh, you trying to fight. When Keith Thurman says, oh, we're trying to make this fight marinate a little bit. No, see, that's promoter's language. But Al Heyman don't talk. But see, Keith Thurman gets these questions. The problem I have with Al Heyman is he don't answer the questions. So it leaves these boxers talking a lot. Fans don't like boxers that talk a lot, especially when they're talking about matchmaking. That's promoters. All they want to hear from fighters is, put him in front of me and I get him. I'll fight him any place at any time. Once fighters start talking this political talk and matchmaking stuff, that's when fans start not liking the fighters. That's what's problem with Keith one-time Thurman. Like when they ask Keith one-time Thurman, he says, it will be a great fight in 2020. Things come marinate. Let's build on. They don't want to hear that. Keith Thurman is doing Al Heyman's dirty work. While Errol Spence, he'll be like, I'm calling everybody out, but he knows behind the scenes, Al Heyman already told him, look, you ain't going to fight Keith Thurman right now, and Keith Thurman ain't going to fight you right now, and this is what you got on the table. I just need some tune-up because, man, he took his confidence. I don't think he took his confidence. I think that these guys are making way too much money. That's something that is different. They're making way too much money than the guys in the 80s. These guys are making way too much money. That's why you see Errol Spence. His walk around weight is 180 plus, going to 190. That's what you got. Keith Thurman playing gambling in the nighttime when he got a big fight. That's what you got. Adrian Broner, beer belly and all, at the age of 31, and he still could be making money to make. That's why you got Javante Tank Davis with a belly that's 3 months pregnant. That's why you got a lot of dudes getting man money. They're not hungry no more. The more millions you get, do you want to get punched in the face? It's not about confidence. It's about they don't got hunger no more. It's like Mickey said in Rocky 3. I say it all the time. They become civilized. They're not animals no more. They're only training to get that check. But once the fight is over, they balloon up. They don't even go to a gym. Bud Crawford is a damn gym rat. Canelo Alvarez is a damn gym rat. This is why their performance is good. Their outcome is being good. Daniel Garcia, look at his body. He never lets himself go. The Charlo brothers never let themselves go. That's you see Jermel Charlo getting better and better and better. He's knocking people out now. He's stopping people because they gym rats. They stay in shape all year round. Guys like Thurman, guys like Errol Spence, their hunger is evaporating right before our eyes. I don't question the confidence. I don't question the skills. I question the focus. I question the discipline. They're losing all of that. They got too much money and they're young. Yep, chocolate too. Just like him. Everybody just getting too much money. That's it. And the thing is, they smart too. Whether people like it or not, of course, Errol Spence went through whatever he went through. But you know what? It could have happened to anybody. Everybody go out, they take a little drink, and things happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even going to hold them up to making those type of decisions, because when you're drinking, you out, sometimes you don't want to take a cab. Sometimes you just want to leave in your car. Sometimes you think that you're okay. Yeah, I mean, Thurman said he would fight him with the right bread. Yeah, but fans don't even like listening to that. They be like, oh my God, he's ducking, because they don't want people to think about money. There are fans. You know what? We have to take accountability as fans that we treat these fighters like they some roosters, pit bulls, like they don't got no mind for their own. Just fight, come on, fight, or you a bum. That's how we treat fighters nowadays. Not me, man. Like I always say, these are my modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. They put their life on the line for pure entertainment. I love these fighters. I will never disrespect them or devalue them. And when I hear people devalue them, when people be like, oh man, you love Keith Thurman. No, I just hear too many people devaluing what Keith Thurman has done. It's not fair. If it was the other way around with Errol Spence, I'd be like, yo, do not devalue this guy. He has accomplished a lot. This guy, Bro Crawford, has accomplished the undisputed 140 champion. How many undisputed we had in the sport of boxing in the last 25 years? So when I hear, why does the guys, the champions, start getting disrespected and devalued? Why are they the one that start getting the diss? When they're the one that had accomplished everything? What up, Toby? What's good? And I'm about to check out there. You late, man. McDonald let himself go. Exactly. These guys are making money. You think these guys really want to get punched in the face after like 12, 15 years of being a professional, when they already got money in the bank and they got things invested and they got their house? These guys are actually doing great, investing their job, investing their money. Al Heyman has shown these guys where to put their money. That's why all these guys have houses. These guys ain't going bankrupt. These guys got things lined up. J. Rock Williams got things lined up. They're not like 80s. They're not like the guys in the 70s that didn't know how to handle millions. These guys is being financially advised real well. So they get to a point like Keith Thurman that he become unified champion. Remember, he was chasing the likes of Floyd Mayweather. He retired. He was chasing the guys like Manny Pacquiao. But around that time when he became unified champion, remember, Manny Pacquiao wasn't really in their tunnel vision. Probably for him, he feel like that's it. I accomplished whatever I accomplished. There's always going to be fighters coming up. There's always going to be the Virgil Ortiz that's going to call out the top guys. There's only going to be the Boots Ennis, and there's going to be younger guys calling out Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis. As a champion like Errol Spence, he can only fight one guy. Keith Thurman, he can only fight one guy. He's going to be ducking somebody because he only got one fight. He only can fight one person at a time, right? Buck Crawford can only fight one person at a time. If Buck Crawford one of these welterweights, he should have signed with PBC, because business decisions speaks louder than words. You know it was going to be hard. You know it's going to be hard. You should have done what Manny Pacquiao did, and he got those type of fights, and he got a strap now. Maybe above Crawford, when he didn't, he should have never started that extension. He could have gone to PBC, and that fight that we saw, Sean Porter versus Errol Spence, could have been Buck Crawford versus Errol Spence, and we won't be talking about this. Thurman just bought a condo, paying $7K for a rent before the pack. Exactly. They're making money, man. They're making money. And they're not hungry. I don't even expect them to be hungry no more. It's sad for a fan, but you got to put yourself in their shoes. You got to put yourself in their shoes. And now they got the checks laid there. You know why they keep fighting? I think so. It's because now they got all the checks that they worked their ass off, fighting 100, 200 plus fights in the amateurs for free. Think about it. When Thurman was fighting Demetrius Andrade 3-4 times, he's fighting him for free. When Buck Crawford is fighting Danny Super Garcia, he's fighting him for free. These guys already fought each other. No fighter is scared of another fighter. A lot of these fighters, you think Sean Porter, when Sean Porter beat Usyk is a heavyweight right now. You think Sean Porter is scared of Usyk? Or Usyk is scared of Sean Porter? Sean Porter beat Daniel Jacobs, knocked him out in the amateurs. You think he's scared? A lot of people got to stop talking about this scared, this duck stuff. The only people that's ducking is really the manager, advisors, networks, and all of that. They running their careers. But my people, my brothers and sisters, I gotta go. My son wants me to put him to sleep. I gotta put him to sleep, y'all. Yo, tomorrow I'm going long. I'm gonna come back live. We gotta chop it up. Love y'all. God bless y'all. I gotta run. This kid is on the door, like, you know what I'm saying, knocking on the door and sad. I don't want my baby to cry. Go to sleep. You already know, man. Daddy duties. On to the next.